It was alarming that in a country like Canada that this is still an issue that is so prevalent and also on the rise.
A new study shows child abuse and poverty are the third and fourth biggest threats to Canadian children. And while Quebec is in line with the national average, the number of kids subjected to violence in Quebec has increased by 7% compared to 2017.
We represent children and adolescents that have to appear before the youth court in Quebec. We're certainly always busy. We have important caseloads. I certainly don't see a decrease. I think we're as busy as we've always been.
After the tragic death of a 7-year-old girl in Granby, allegedly beaten to death by her father and stepmother, some Quebec Youth Protection employees sounded the alarm, overworked and understaffed following government cuts. The young girl had been followed by Youth Protection for most of her young life.
All eyes were on the Youth Protection Services, so the DPJ. And one thing that we are looking at is what happened since 2016 when there was this merger of the DPJ being conglomerated into the central health system under the CIUS, and how many jobs were eliminated through that.
The provincial government has since launched an investigation and has promised an investment of $47 million to improve the situation within youth protection. But one child advocacy group is calling for government action ahead of the federal election, saying a quarter of the Canadian population are children who can't vote, but who need to be heard.
We're calling for a federal budget that's focused on children. We're calling for a pan-Canadian strategy for children and youth, and we're calling for a federal commission. And we really do think that Canadians talking to candidates, asking the questions, these are the threats Canadians are facing, and Quebecers, what are you going to do about them, will make a difference.
The top two threats ahead of child abuse on the list are accidents in first place and suicide in second. In Montreal, Tenneriello, City News.